Good evening. I'm Glenn Murray. I'm the CEO of the United States Rowing Association, and this course that you'll be racing on this weekend is our home for the national team and for the U.S. Rowing headquarters offices. We're just up the street in 206 in Princeton. We've been out here for about 10 years, so we're happy to welcome you to our home course, happy to have you be part of our event this year, and so happy to see so many fantastic, achieving seniors here for the graduation event tonight. Tonight marks the graduation ceremony for the class of 2016. So you have the unique distinction of being only the second year that we've had this event, and I'm really proud to see how many people are here, especially because all of you are going to be racing tomorrow. While I was preparing for today and putting some remarks together, I read in the press release yesterday about a young man from Sarasota Scullers. Is Marcel Griffion here? See, he said it all that he needed to say yesterday. Okay, he's over here. He's off to the left, stage right. We have this senior, a team captain, national merit finalist, racing for his first time ever at the U.S. Rowing Youth Nationals. And the thing he's most excited about is being here with his friends, being part of this community, being part of this tribe that all of you have been rowing with for the past several years, and hopefully will continue to row with for generations to come. How many of the rest of you are here because you're excited to be with your friends, that this is your tribe? Yeah. And really, that's what makes the rowing community so unique. We're the only sport, U.S. Rowing is the only national governing body that represents the sport from birth until death. Literally, in some cases, from birth until death. From the age of 12 or 13 with middle schools, high school rowing, you'll see the same umpires in your college career, the same officials as you go on to masters rowing. For those of you who choose to try to make a national team, you'll get to know some of the better coaches and the better programs around the country as you do that. And what you'll find is, after 30 years of being in the sport, as I have, you still, with 100,000 people rowing, you still bump into people everywhere who know you or know your friends. It really is a unique tribe. It's a unique sport. So while the competition on the race course tomorrow will be fierce, and each of you will be trying your hardest to beat the person next to you, tonight we come together as a family. I think what makes the sport such a family is the trying times that you go through, right? If you're in the Northeast, it's the snowstorms in April that you brave as you set off into the frostbite waters of your river or lake. If you're down in Florida or the South, you're putting up with these torrential storms and thunderstorms in the heat of the summer. And yet, you push yourself every day to be better. And here you are at the National Championships, which is really the epitome of all youth rowing in the United States. It's not scholastic, it's not club, it's the best. And you represent the best. But that's not enough for rowers, is it? If you think about it, reflect on some of the activities that you do outside of rowing, some of the accomplishments that you've made yourself, some of the successes that you have both on the race course and outside. In this graduating class of over 205 student athletes this year at this event, we have elite skiers, sailors, fly fishermen, equestrians, swimmers, trail runners, and members of our own U.S. Junior National Team. In this group, we have Eagle Scouts and Girl Scouts, Earthwatch Fellows, and student athletes who've founded numerous outreach programs within their communities. There's even one young woman here who won the VEX robotic competition. I don't know what the VEX part of that is, but to win a robotic competition, that's pretty cool. More than half of your classmates graduated with honors, and almost a quarter of them, 23.87%, I don't know who the 0.87 was, were also valedictorians of their own class. Some of your fellow athletes have spent hours driving to and from practice so they could be part of their crew. And what do all these things come back to? It comes back to the drive and dedication that our sport demands, to the high standards that we all hold ourselves to, both academically and as human beings. Rowing's played a huge part in shaping your lives, and I'm glad that you're here together as part of our tribe. For some of you, the road to New Jersey has been a little bit more difficult than others. Resilient Rowing Club's Marilyn Finley was looking forward to racing at her high school rowing team this fall until she hit an obstacle. They didn't have a team. So single-handedly, she started one of her own. Now her school not only has a crew team, but they have a state champion, a national champion, an all-metropolitan recipient, and now an athlete at the U.S. Rowing National Championships. By the way, she started rowing last August. Talk about overcoming adversity to get to the major stage, to get to the championships. In closing, I hope you all take the time this evening to really savor and relish the accomplishments that you have, because the next 3 days are going to be arduous, and you're going to be racing against each other in some really fantastic competition. And let's hope the weather stays with us. You have good racing and fair racing, and you come away, some of you, with medals as you graduate. I'd like to announce the Scholastic Honor Roll members, and I'm honored to introduce the U.S. Rowing representatives, Eileen Hu and Catherine Miller. Eileen Hu and Catherine Miller have each rowed for 4 years at PNRA Mercer, which is the home high school program here. And they've been competing together in 2015 U.S. Rowing Youth Nationals and the Royal Canadian Henley, just to name a few of the regattas. Next year, Eileen will be attending the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and Catherine will be going on to the University of Pennsylvania. Please help me welcome Eileen and Catherine.
Hi, welcome to the second annual U.S. Rowing graduation ceremony. I'm going to start off by saying congratulations. Congratulations on making it through grueling workouts, getting up at the crack of dawn to row, and long winters on the erg, or not, for all you people without seasons. We survived whitecaps, which we may be facing this weekend, broken equipment, last-minute lineups, and surprise 2Ks. Despite how much we've endured, sometimes it feels like everything has gone by far too fast. So now, let's take the time to stop and look at just how far we've come.
We began as innocent novices, but quickly realized that we had found a sport to be truly passionate about. We looked at ourselves and said, yes, this hurts, yes, I'm completely horrified by my blisters, and decided, yes, I want to keep on doing this crazy sport. Rowing has changed us in more ways than giving us incredibly defined sock tans. We've gotten stronger with every stroke, every piece that seemed like it was never going to end, and every nerve-wracking 2K. We've gotten tougher, and we've developed the ability to not just hit the wall in the third 500, but smash right through it.
Rowing forces us to push ourselves to our mental and physical limits, and we've survived and thrived. Because, hey, look at where we are. We're here now at the Youth National Championships as seniors who have somehow managed to get through high school. We've balanced crew, school, sleep, and some brave souls have even attempted a social life. When we face brand new academic, social, and athletic challenges next year, the many lessons we've learned on and off the water will definitely benefit us.
We've learned how to work hard. Hard work pays off, though progress isn't always linear. There are times when you plateau or you get injured, but you recover and keep on going. We've all put in the extra work, set goals, and achieved them. We've learned how to compete and to never give up a fight. We've learned how to sit at the line, breathe deep, and go. We've learned how to fail and get back up again. We've learned to be confident in not only the hours of work behind us, but also in the teammates behind us. Together, we've chased the elusive perfectly set and synchronized boat. We've been guided by older rowers who taught us everything from properly strapping down a shell to dealing with a bad erg piece, and now we're the ones trying to teach the novices how not to break our equipment that's worth thousands of dollars.
We found a family through racing together, training together, and spending way too many hours with our teammates and coaches. Rowing with each other day in and day out, pushing each other to PR, and supporting each other through life and crew have built us all up to where we are now. And along with the normal, relentless grind of practices have come team psych parties, lasting friendships, and incredible memories.
Next year, some of us will continue to row, and some will not, but whatever the case may be, rowing has prepared us all for what is to come. We've had our fair share of wins, losses, and have maybe even finished dead last a few times, but with each experience, we've improved ourselves.
Without the work ethic rowing has given us, none of us would have gone from novices who didn't know port from starboard to the athletes we are today, about to race at Youth Nationals. We've changed and grown, and there's no denying that we'd be different without crew. But in the end, rowing hasn't fundamentally changed who we are. It's helped us to find our best selves. Regardless of when our individual rowing careers may come to an end, these qualities we have developed both on the course and in the erg room will live on, because rowing has helped us shape those best selves who are strong, resilient, competitive, supportive, and determined. There's a whole world out there ahead of us. With these qualities, we can do anything.
Thank you to US Rowing for putting together this event. To our coaches, although many of you may be sadists, we know your torture made us faster. Thank you to the parents, relatives, and friends who have driven us to countless practices, relentlessly attempted to use the correct rowing lingo, and most importantly, funded our spandex collections. Thank you for ringing cowbells and searching endlessly to find our heads in the boat. Thank you to everyone who helped us to get to this point in both our academic and rowing careers. And last but not least, good luck and congratulations to the class of 2016.
So I'm really pleased to be able to introduce the next speaker. Austin Hack is a member of the Olympic men's 8 that will be going to Rio in just 8.5 weeks. Austin is just coming off of a victorious lap in Lucerne, Switzerland, where we qualified the boat for the Olympics, and then went on to a bronze medal 4 days later at the World Cup there. A graduate of Stanford, 7-time national team member, grew up in Connecticut. Yeah, you can clap for Connecticut. I'm very pleased to introduce our own Olympian and keynote speaker, Austin Hack.
I love that love for Connecticut right there. Well, I'm going to start off by saying congratulations to all the graduates, both for graduating and for being here at the Natty. And also, thanks for being here. Thanks for taking the time out of your schedules to celebrate each other and celebrate yourselves. So thank you for being here. I can say myself that I'm super excited to be here because I've actually never been to Youth Nationals before. And that is because no matter how badly I wanted to go when I was in high school, we couldn't come because we were pretty bad. And that just doesn't get the job done at Youth Nationals. Like Glenn said, I'm from a small town in Connecticut called Old Lyme. Their boats have since become better. I guess I lost my seat race on that one. But yeah, I realized recently that sometimes we do steady state workouts on the national team in which we go faster than the fastest race pace that I ever did when I was in high school. So for all the parents out there who don't know what that means just means that we were going pretty slow. But anyway, even if I didn't earn it like you guys all have, I'm excited to be here. And with that said, before you guys, I was looking for some of those silly hats for people to throw in the air. Before you guys throw those silly hats, yeah, thank you. I want to see if I can teach you just a couple more lessons that I've learned over the course of my rowing career. You know, rowing is so much about, in the media at least, these pretty pictures and, you know, movies, boys in the boat, the social network, these kinds of things. People talking generally about teamwork and swing, whatever that means. But I think it kind of gets lost in translation. So that's why I've come up with 3 of what I'm calling my hard life lessons of rowing. And I've come up with the easiest acronym for us to remember. R-O-W. Row. Okay? You guys following me? Okay. R for relish the moment. O for overcome adversity. And W for Win with Attitude. And I'm going to lace in some of the experiences I've had starting in the Learn to Row program when I was growing up in 6th grade, all the way through my days on the national team and trying for the Olympics. So we'll get into it with R, relish the moment. It's so easy to get caught up, when you're at an event like this, with all the things that we're looking forward to in our lives. You guys are all going on to college. You're probably thinking about who you're going to meet here. Maybe you'll meet some of your future teammates, how you're going to do with this race, all that kind of stuff. That it's easy to forget what you're doing right now. It's easy to lose the emotions that you're feeling right now. And maybe that's why 2 weeks ago, when we were in Switzerland, trying to qualify for the Olympics, there was one quote that kept coming back into my mind. It's actually a Drake quote. What a time to be alive. Like I said, it's so easy to miss out on all these things that happen in our lives. So when our coach told us, be present with each other, be focused, but be present with each other, I kind of really took that to heart. And I tried to pay attention to all of the different pieces of my day that maybe I was ignoring because I was so focused on the end result. And I can take you through some of those. It's like the boat meeting the night before. You've got this stress, not knowing whether you're going to go to the Olympics, but also the excitement of being able to race the next day. And then you show up, you ride the bus. That's what we did, at least. You ride the bus, and you hear these languages you don't recognize, people you never seen before, flags you never seen before, and you still kind of have this pit in your stomach because you don't know how you stack up with all these people. And then, clearly, because you're all here, we all know about the ups and downs of what racing is like. But then there's that twilight zone afterwards again, where maybe you've won a medal, maybe you're waiting for the podium, and you're at this kind of level of elation, or maybe you're way down in the pits because you didn't do as you'd expected. My point being with all this is, even though we strive for that level of happiness, we shouldn't forgo the emotions that we think aren't as important or miss out on the moments that happen in our everyday lives. So that's our first one, R, relish the moment. I almost didn't pick relish because it's a condiment. It could be kind of confusing. But now we'll move on to O, overcoming adversity. And I'll let you in on another one here. I actually think embracing adversity is a better way, but I thought ROW was just such a perfect acronym, and RU is not a word, so I had to go with overcoming. But like I was saying earlier, our sport is so often depicted as being kind of like a picturesque scene. Maybe you've seen those like lame pictures they have in doctors' offices that say teamwork on them. That I think that's not really that great a description of what rowing is like, because I think rowing most of the time is actually pretty ugly. It's about those days when you're out on the water, maybe it's cold, maybe it's dark, maybe it's raining. That's the Pacific Northwest shout out if I ever heard one. Yeah. And you're throwing every single drill in the playbook into this boat. You're putting all the heat that you can behind the stick, and you're just not going fast. Then rowing asks us this question: what do you do? And that is the essence of adversity, because adversity makes us stronger. It's about not so much how you answer the question, but that you need to face it at all. And I'll be honest with you, there have been plenty of times in my life when I've been in lineups that weren't going well, and I've contemplated, like, how far is it to the shore? Could I make it? I'm a mediocre swimmer at best. But it happens to all of us. And maybe I thought before the qualifier we were going to have perfect rows. We didn't. I definitely thought when we came back, we're going to the Olympics, we're probably going to have good rows all the time. That's not the truth. I'm sure some of you would come out in the launch with our coaches and watch us rowing and say, like, that's the national team? Like, we could probably beat them. It took the other day one of my teammates saying behind us, "You are not bad at rowing. You are good at rowing," to make me realize, we're in the pit of the adversity right here, and we kind of just need to face it and take it head on. So that's our second one, just engaging that adversity, acknowledging it, and working through it. So we've hit the R, we've hit the O, and now we're going on to one of the final most important ones, winning with attitude. I would say this is probably the most important one for us in the men's 8. Attitude was kind of a rallying cry for us. If you had little microphones on all the guys in our boat at the starting line before the qualifier, you'd probably hear guys saying under their breath, attitude, attitude. Because if your attitude is solid, if you're committed to executing the plan that you have, the distractions around you just don't matter. And let me tell you, there will be distractions. Whether you're competing at youth nationals, whether you're giving a recital, or whether you're taking a test or something like that. Odds are things are not going to be set up perfectly for you. So that's why you need to nail down your mentality and your attitude. And I can give you an easy example of something that'll test your attitude. The starting line of the men's 8. I will tell you, it is loud and it is primal. That's the best word I can think of to describe it. And if you're not prepared for that, it's going to throw you off your game. You know, I sit at the starting line, I look right, I see guys, shaved heads, completely tatted up, big biceps. You can see I don't have much bicep going on at all. And then you look the other way and you hear guys, making caveman noises and like rattling on the boat. So it can totally throw you off your game. Maybe that's familiar to people. It can totally throw you off your game if your attitude is not locked in. But I will tell you that just a minor adjustment in attitude, a minor commitment to going out and getting the lead can make a world of difference. And I can guarantee you that if somebody in this audience goes back with their boat and they say, you know what, I think we're really good. I think that we can win this race and I think that we should go out with that idea. I think that can be the difference between a B final crew and maybe a crew that wins the whole dance. So that's what it's really about in terms of attitude. Anyway, looping it all together here, we've gone through the R, the relish, the O, overcoming adversity, and moved through the W, winning with attitude. And I think that if you remember all those aspects, or even one of those aspects, that you will have success in what you do. And in rowing, as long as you remember row, you don't need the big guns, you don't need the tattoos, you don't need the caveman noises. You'll be successful and you'll be a winner. So, thank you.
So now is the time that many of you are waiting for. We'll be announcing each crew, and we ask those seniors from each program to stand up to be recognized. I'm going to say what it says on the script is that we ask everyone to hold their applause to the end, but that never happens. So we will patiently and slowly move on to the next program as the applause start to die down in between. And there may be some programs that are not represented, and they're probably rehydrating and eating and getting ready for tomorrow, but I'm really happy that you guys are here. So let's start off. Absegami High School. Advanced Community Rowing Association, Inc. In the back. Amadeus Rowing Academy. And I should say, I apologize for anyone that I mispronounced, but Artemis Rowing. Atlanta Junior Rowing Association. All right. Atomic Rowing. Bainbridge Island Rowing. They came in force. Bellin Jesuit Prep School. Brighton Rowing Club Incorporated. Bromfield Acton Boxborough Rowing. California Yacht Club. Cambridge Boat Club. Camp Randall Rowing Club Incorporated. Chicago Rowing Foundation. Connecticut Boat Club, Culver Academies, Detroit Boat Club, Episcopal School of Jacksonville, Evans Rowing Club, Everett Rowing Association, Father Judge High School, Fordham Preparatory School, GMS Rowing Center, Greater Dayton Rowing Association, Greater Lawrence Rowing, Jacksonville Rowing Club Incorporated, Lakeside School, Long Beach Junior Crew, Long Lake Rowing Crew, Marin Rowing Association, Marina Aquatic Center Junior Rowing, Marian Mercy Academy, Miami Rowing and Water Sports Center Incorporated, Mile High Rowing Club, Minnesota Boat Club, Nashville Rowing, New Canaan High School Crew, Newport Aquatic Center, NorCal Crew, Norwalk River Rowing Association, Oars Incorporated, Olympia Area Rowing Association, Orlando Area Rowing Society, Parati Competitive Rowing, Pittsford Crew, Princeton National Rowing Association, Mercer, Resilient Rowing Club, River City Rowing Club, Rochester Rowing Club, Minnesota, River Rowing Association, Rose City Rowing Club, Row America Rye, Row America St. Charles, Row LA, Sammamish Rowing Association, San Diego Rowing Club, Sarasota Scullers, Seattle Rowing Center, St. Stephen's and St. Agnes High School, Three Rivers Rowing Association, Twin Cities Youth Rowing Club, and rowing unaffiliated, Mara Bala, Western Albemarle, Kieran Christofferson. Now, one more time before racing tomorrow, let's recognize and give a round of applause to the class of 2016. Congratulations. We hope you have great racing this weekend. I'd like to thank our partners at PNRA for hosting this year's Youth Championships. We're looking forward to some just fantastic opportunities to see you guys out on the field of play this weekend. And we hope that you have, if this is not the end of your rowing career, we hope to see you back at one of the collegiate series regattas in the coming years, and well after that into the Masters Nationals. So thank you very much. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.